This is Stephen Wikowski from Christian Music Network, and we're here with Tony Panzica from Revolution Band. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. Actually, Cross Revolution Band.
Cross
Sorry about that.
revolution. Yep.
Yeah. My bad. So
That's
so,
okay. First of all, I'll just tell you I appreciate all the work you do with Christian Music Network and this podcast, and I know it's a lot of work, and so we us musicians all appreciate it.
yeah, definitely. So tell me about yourself.
Well, been a musician since I've been in 8th grade. I actually, I played my way through college, paid my way through college playing, mostly rock. I I came out of school. I'm a chiropractor. Came out of school like with this whole like concept of I was gonna rule the world type of thing, and I got caught in some stuff that made me realize that I was just a sinner and that I needed saving. And so that's how I found Jesus. And I actually kind of pretty much gave up music at that point. And then interestingly enough, I was doing some writing some Christian rock music, and during that time, my house was robbed, and all my equipment was stolen. All my electric guitars, like I had 2 Stratocasters, keyboards. I had a recording studio, and what happened was I had written a song called Victory, and I was going to a church in the city, Harvest Christian Fellowship in the city, and I said to the pastor, listen, I feel like I'm being attacked. I need to sing this song at church. And so he said, fine. So I did the song Victory at church. And what's kind of interesting about that was, it was helpful for me. But that same day, the guitar player for the worship team got called to a ministry in England. And so the worship leader said, hey, you want to be on the worship team? So that's when I started becoming, into the worship field. And I've been leading worship for 35 years, I think. But I also always have my rock roots. And so I've been with a band. I was with a band for a number of years, and we were called Solid Rock. And we would play bars. And what happened was I was doing Christian coffee houses, and I couldn't get my friends to come see us at a church. And so I decided, we're going to go out into the bars. And so what we did is we played in bars, and I had certain songs that I would do that had a meaning, like Crossroads by Cream, which the story of that is Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil to become famous. And the irony is that he only became famous after he died. And so, we would do songs and share what they meant. And then we would give out free CDs, and on the CDs were my testimony in the bars. And so that was our outreach over the years. And we did that for 10 years, actually. And then so more recently, I've been kind of writing and studio work, and we are back to playing coffee houses. We just played for I don't know if you know Celebrate Recovery. We did a concert for the Celebrate Recovery group locally, and then we did another coffee house. So the thing with the coffee house is that we do my original stuff, but we also do classic rock, and in the classic rock is my testimony. Like, for instance, we do Crossroads. Then we go to the song by The Who, The Seeker, because I became a seeker after I came to my crossroads. And then we do Wayward Son by Kansas, and that's the story of the prodigal son. And so we have a way of doing stuff that people remember, and we've found that people are inviting their friends to come hear us because of that, and I don't know, that's just my niche, of kind of not only doing original but doing stuff that people recognize. But I only pick songs that have a meaning. In fact, we do I'm Free by The Who too, and a bunch of other stuff. So that's kind of my story.
Cool. So yeah, and of course you got some songs here. Hold on, you're not alone. So tell me about that.
Okay, so I was reading a study. It was a medical psychology study that they did in 1950 something, and they did it with rats. And what they did was they put rats in water, and they would watch to see how long they could swim before they would drown. And they probably couldn't do this study nowadays, but they did it back in the 50s. They found that a rat would swim for about 5 minutes, and then they would give up and they would drown unless they picked them out. So then they said, well, let's take the rats out before the 5 minutes. And so they took them out like right before. They let them rest for 5 minutes, and then they put them back in the water.
Okay.
And guess how long they swam for after they had that 5-minute rest and put back in the water?
How long?
It's crazy. 60 hours.
Really?
2.5 days.
Wow.
So the research, and you can look it up. I looked it up just to verify it. The research, the conclusion was that that because the rat had this understanding, this hope that somebody would pick them out and save them, they could push their body to swim for 60 hours. They didn't just give up after 5 minutes.
Okay.
And so it's called this the hope study, basically. And when I heard that, I was like, wait a second, how much more do we as humans need hope? And of course I know my hope, but how much more do we need hope than, and if a rat can have hope, we can have hope. So the song is really about that. It's keep on treading harder, keep your head above the water, you're not alone. And then I use a scripture verse about how God is from Jeremiah, and it's in the song too. So we put that in the song. It doesn't sound like a Christian song, but the scripture verse still says the message. And so we were promoting this on Spotify and just all the general channels, not necessarily the Christian market, because I kind of want to reach that other market.
Cool. You have the song Hold On, Hold in My Heart. Tell me about that.
So Hold in My Heart is kind of interesting. I wrote this a long time ago. I heard a pastor once say that that Pascal was a French philosopher who was also a Christian. And Pascal said, everybody's born with a God-shaped hole in their heart. And they try to fill it with everything, but nothing works because it's a God-shaped hole. And I think of so many rock stars who were famous, were rich, lived a beautiful life, and committed suicide. They tried to fill it with other things than God, but it's a God-shaped hole. And so that's what that song is about. And it kind of brings you through my part of my story about searching.
Great. Yeah. And then you have the song Runaway Train. Tell me about that.
Runaway Train. So Runaway Train was kind of the way I lived my life in my drug, sex, and rock and roll days. And I kind of felt like I was a runaway train. So I heard a pastor, and this pastor was talking about this story, and it was kind of an allegory story, where this this a railroad, um, I forgot what they call them, like switchmen. He would actually control this bridge for the trains when they came by, and so he was in his area looking down at the trains, and there was a train coming. But his son used to come visit him at lunch and bring him lunch and stuff like that. And his son was climbing on the trestle to try to come to see him. But the man had to change the track before the train. And he either was going to have a train full of people die, or he was going to have his son die. And so he chose to have his son die. And the allegory, of course, is how God gave his son for us. And so Runaway Train, in Runaway Train, the song actually talks about the switchman switching the train, switching the track, and gave his life for us. And so that's Runaway Train.
Cool. So where can we get your music?
So it's in a bunch of places. Actually, I just sent you a link. One of the links is well, I sent you 3 links that were actually all YouTube links, so they're videos. And then the other one is a Linktree, and Linktree will go to Instagram, Facebook, our website, and the YouTube link. The website is crossrevolutionband.com. And the reason why I had to put band in there was because, believe it or not, there was Cross Revolution was a CrossFit organization that was doing, exercise CrossFit. So Cross Revolution was a CrossFit company. So I had to go with Cross Revolution Band to enable to get that website. But so it's crossrevolutionband.com. And like I said, the Linktree is kind of good because it goes to everything. It goes to Spotify, YouTube, and all that other.
Cool. So how can we contact you? Through sites?
Basically, I'm sorry. So on my Linktree and on the website, there's phone number, my personal cell phone number. Currently, we're looking to book coming in the spring. We're looking to book some more either concerts or coffee houses. I'm in the northern Jersey area, and so that's kind of the area we kind of stay in. I've gone down to Philly and stuff too. I did the Hamilton radio show with what's his name? We did an interview with him too. But yeah, we're just looking to get the music out, and we're looking to like I said, reach people that maybe wouldn't be reached with a music that that they might not enjoy as much as that. And I mean, I'm classic rocker, so that's kind of my niche, and that's kind of where I go. I also write worship music because I've been doing worship for 30 years. So on my website, there are worship songs too. So there's a combination.
Okay, cool. So tell me more about your shows that you do.
I'm sorry?
Tell me more about the shows that you do.
The shows? Well, the shows we're doing now are more concert and coffee house. And like I said, we do my original stuff. We do some worship stuff too. Like we do We the Kingdom. We do some of the We the Kingdom stuff. And then we have a set, which is My Salvation set. And we go from Crossroads to which I share in between, from Crossroads to the Who song, The Seeker. And we go to Wayward Son by Kansas. And then we go to I'm Free by The Who. And we have a bunch of other songs that we connect with a scripture verse or a story. And, my whole thing is, I don't want to preach at people. I just want to tell them what I went through. And, you know, you can't argue with what I went through. And so that's
Sure,
what I
sure, definitely.
share. And when I share that, you know, I just hope it ministers to someone.
So, oh, oh, yeah, yeah. So, um, so what's ahead for you?
Um, we have um, we have two coffee houses set up in March. Kind of just kind of chill for the winter. We've had a bunch of snow up here and just cold weather. It's just been like, you know, ice. Driving to work the other day was really kind of sketchy. So I'm not doing anything for the winter, but we have two things set up for the spring. Um, I'm not going back into the bar scene again. I tell you the truth, it was difficult dealing with um, bar owners and so I'm kind of just I'm over that. I did it for 10 years and now I'm kind of staying more in the other market, which is concerts and and coffee houses.
Mm, cool, 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 cool. So, do you have any advice for other m musicians?
Um, well, I mean, I've been writing songs for years, but I never really um knew the art of writing, and so I joined a group called Song Chasers, and it really teaches you the art of writing, and it also has you know there's a community, and so we kind of share songs and get feedback, and that's the thing I've been most interested in now. I want to kind of hone my craft of writing,
Sure.
and I want to kind of make it um, where people want to hear it. and
Mm,
um and so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I would say for musicians, I mean, you know, you know, playing what I do playing wise for worship is a blessing to me. Um and I'm hoping that what I do with my songs is a blessing to others.
cool, 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 cool. W- like to thank you for coming on, Tony. It was my pleasure. Any last words?
Um the only thing I would say is you know, I my my story and my life. Um, I'm just so glad that I found the way, you know, through Jesus. Um, and I don't know where I would end up going the other way,
Yeah,
but you know, he's my salvation, and whatever I can do to help the cause of more people understanding that and following him is what I'm doing.
great, 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 great. Well, God bless you and all that you do. We're looking for new shows and maybe some more recordings and things like that. So videos. So
Okay, cool, cool.
yep, yep. So and God bless you and good night.
Good night. God bless you too.
Okay, bye.